Welcome back to the Engineering Your Business podcast, the show that helps business leaders like you maximize your people and processes to do more with what you have. I'm your host, Sean Washburn. And this week we've been looking at the 4 personality types as first presented by Gary Smalley. It's one of my favorite personality or assessments that I've seen out there. And those 4 types are the lion, otter, beaver, and retriever. And if you missed any of this week's episodes, just head back and check them out. You can learn more about what each of those is about and their strengths and weaknesses and all those things. Today we're going to talk about how all these can work together to leverage their strengths in the workplace. And the more you start to dig into these personality types, the more you'll see how they start to sort of show up in each of the people in the organization. Like once you learn these things, when you go back into work and you look at the same people you've seen every day, like you'll start to be like, oh, that person's a beaver. Or yeah, they're kind of like a mix of a lion and an otter. And I always find that really cool to see that. And so while some types tend to fit really well with certain roles, it also often happens that each person just brings that personality to the role that they're in, and it might not be what you would have assumed. So for example, like beavers are great with details. So they often make great accounts people or financial specialists. Or even legal or anything like that, documentation, things that they can sit and just kind of plow through, and they love it. They do really well at it. But I've also known beavers in all kinds of other roles, and I'll see how both their strengths and weaknesses come out in those other roles. And, lions are natural, they're take charge, right? So natural managers and leaders. But I know several lions who are in non-management roles, and they do an awesome job of speaking up, bringing to light important information and paving the way for others. And so otters, because of their love for people, being around people, they might thrive in like an HR setting, but their weakness is in the details. So that could be a struggle with that as well. So they'd have to be able to offset that. But I love seeing otters littered throughout various groups where I've worked because, as we mentioned in the otter episode, they sort of just bring a new life to the group. Like when they're gone, you notice it because things just aren't as alive. And they bring a levity sometimes, especially when there's really tough work going on. They help kind of liven things up. Retrievers can show up just about anywhere. They would make great like counselors and things like that. I'm not sure in your organization what kind of roles you might find them in. They could also be in HR. But I've also seen them sort of take on a caretaker role where they are interspersed in the organization, and they sort of look out for their coworkers, they speak up for others, and they do their best to share the pulse of the organization. So bottom line is that we each have this mix of these personality types within us, and we work best when all the different personality types, the strongest ones of each of us, are present in the group. As well, it also helps identify which type we are and be willing to examine those natural weaknesses that come along with the personality. I think that's a huge thing. I mean, it's easy to look at, oh, hey, I'm a lion, I'm a natural leader, and kind of leave it at that. You know what you're strong at, but the blind side is usually what we miss or what we maybe were afraid to admit. And I think you'll find the same in your business. If you want your team to operate at its best, if you can create a culture where strengths of one personality type feel comfortable helping in, fill in for the weakness of others, then you're really going to maximize that team. And that's what I love seeing. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the 4 personality types. I love examining how we are each designed, what makes us special and unique, and how we can grow and become our best selves in the process. So thanks for listening to today's episode. I'd love to hear from you about this topic, the personality types, or just anything in general. So shoot me an email at sean@seanwashburn.com, and I look forward to hearing from you.